Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for those beautiful words. And now I'd like to have a few words from Ms. Sheila Roberts, the Executive Director of the New Hope Clinic. And this is our charity for this year. Ms. Roberts, if you're there, the floor is yours.
I am. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here to sort of together, and for your choice to support New Hope Clinic. It's a wonderful organization I'm happy to be part of that's been working since 1998 to ensure that everyone can get access to healthcare even when they don't have insurance and the ability to pay for it. So we have all had to make choices about how we spend our dollars, and we're happy that New Hope Clinic can take away that piece of worrying about where your healthcare is going to come from, because we have an amazing team of staff members and volunteers, both healthcare professionals and non, who help us support our main clinic that's in Boiling Spring Lakes, and we have a satellite clinic that's in Sheila to provide primary care, specialty care, dental care, and access to medications for those low-income uninsured Brunswick County residents. So with your help, either a financial donation, or if you have some time to contribute as a volunteer, or at least as important, if you can spread the word to someone you know is going without their health care because they're uninsured and don't think they can afford health care, send them to us. You can find New Hope Clinic online at newhopeclinicfree.org. If you choose to support us financially, there's a donate now button there, as well as information about how you can volunteer and how you can become a patient, or been asked to share. You can also send, if you want to make additional contributions, by mail to New Hope Clinic at 201 West Boiling Spring Road, Southport, North Carolina, 28461. But please, thank you for your support and enjoy this symposium. It has a wonderful programming. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Roberts. And it is truly a good cause. I've known people that have used New Hope Clinic, and they do a wonderful job. And now, without further ado, I'd like to do the introduction of the storyteller. And to do that, I would like Dr. Liz Fuller, the president of the Southport Historical Society, to take it away. Take it away, Liz.
Okay, thank you, Donnie. So tonight, I'm honored to introduce Ms. Carolyn Evans at the 10th Annual Brunswick County Black History Symposium. Some of you may be familiar with Ms. Evans' work, as she has portrayed Harriet Tubman, Stagecoach Mary, and Marianne Cord at previous symposiums in Southport. Ms. Evans is a graduate of Syracuse University College of Drama. For the past 10 years, she has been portraying Harriet Tubman as part of the U.S. Colored Troupe Company B reenactors, along with Southport's own James and Joseph White. She also tours with Joe McGill's Slave Dwelling Projects and the Inalienable Rights Ensemble out of Charleston, South Carolina. She has shared the stage with Glenn Close, Ira Cohen, Melba Moore, Dick Gregory, and Christopher Reeve. She has performed at the world-renowned Apollo Theater, Penn Center, and at Gettysburg. And tonight, we are fortunate to all have front row seats to her performance of Ms. Mamie Mobley in A Mother's Cry for Justice.
I'm coming. Y'all hold on. I know what it is. Y'all just want my hands to stay busy today. Please don't let the turkey burn. Y'all can't fool me. I know. But that's all right. I want to tell you something. My body belongs to God. My body belongs to God. My body belongs to God. My whole body belongs to God. My mind 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 belongs to God. My heart belongs to God. My heart belongs to God. My heart belongs to God. My heart, my body, my mind, all of me belongs to God. See, the Lord gave me a shield. Oh, yes. It is a natural thing to hate, but I'm not natural. See, if you have faith, you can love. And I pleaded the blood of Jesus. Salvation, deliverance, and protection. Starting with me first. Oh Lord, this was a hard thing. A hard thing. So I prayed and I praised. And he gave me that shield. So today, we go to Bo's funeral. But hold off a little bit. Hold off. Is somebody keeping an eye on the turkey? Excuse me, sorry, folks. I'm going to wear that red lipstick anyway. Mama said it's too bright. Well, they said I have to identify the body. What time is it? Those Illinois Central trains, they're always late. Well, today I really hope it doesn't come on time. Deacon Miller? Deacon Miller, are you coming with me to the train station? All right. Thank you, sir. Waiting at that bench. Everything went through my mind. Later on, well, they really didn't have to have on their hoods. I knew who they were anyway. Why, everybody knew who they were. But there had to be a trial anyway. It's more like a shipwreck, train wreck to me. You see, every single summer, I always sent Bo, Emmett, my son, just like so many others mothers do, to visit their grandparents, to get out of the hot city. And this was going to be the last summer his cousins were going to be here. They're moving to California, you know, and that Bo, oh my goodness. Oh, he pleaded with me. Mama, please, Mama, please, Mama, please, Mama, please, can I go, Mama? And I said, oh, okay, you can go, yes. The last thing I know, he told me, he said, Mom, I don't have anything of Daddy's. Do you have something of I did. So I gave him my husband's high school ring. And I'll tell you, I know my body. I know my baby. He was showing off with that ring because that's how he is. I mean, he would be in the school cafeteria sometimes, and he was kind of chunky, like, you know, not fat, but just a little chunky. And he would roll his little stomach, and the children, they'd be laughing and laughing. He was such a cut up, my baby. Oh, he was a beautiful boy. And on account of that, we call him Bo. Bo means beautiful, you know. And when Bo smiled, the sun would rise and set, all in one motion. He was such a beautiful young man. He was such a beautiful child. And that personality. Why, he had a little girlfriend, a little white girl, he's a little friend of his, and he would go all around Chicago, and he would take his little wallet and say, "This is my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend." I know what he did because I'm his mother, and a mother knows these things about her child. Oh, Bo. He was such a special child. He would do all the cleaning in the house. He did the laundry. He cooked the food. I mean, he washed the clothes. All I had to do was work. Now, he was a good boy, a good little boy. He was such a sweet child. I didn't have to want for anything. My food would be on the table, and he loved to cook. Wanted for nothing. But that summer, he pleaded so hard that I let him go. Yes. But before he left, I told him, I said, "Bo, come here. Come here, child. Remember, if a white woman crosses you on the sidewalk, you have to step off onto the curb and let her pass, and do not make eye contact with her, Bo." He said, Mom, you tell me this every single summer. You tell me the same thing. I said, "Bo, I just want you to remember. Things are different down there in Mississippi, Bo. Just remember these things. Remember." He said, Ma, okay, Ma. Bye, Ma, bye, Bo. And he was off. The next thing I heard, my great uncle Moses, he called me. He said Bo was missing. Missing? What do you mean he's missing? I don't understand. What are you talking about? He's missing. I said, "Well, call the police then. Drag the swamp. Do whatever you can do, but find my child." No. Y'all find my baby. They said they looked. And they told me that they couldn't find him. And they went to the police that night. Well, they said that Bo has to wait because there are other things going on in this town, and that they would have to wait until at least 24 hours because people had their way of resurfacing, coming back. And I don't care. Look for my baby now. I said, please don't wait. Look for him now. They told me, they said, now, Mamie, you're just going to have to wait. This is how things are done all over. So I waited by the phone. And I waited. And I waited. And I prayed. I prayed so hard. When the phone rang, they told me that they didn't find him. They're still looking. Okay. All right. 2, maybe 3 days later, the phone rang and I picked it up and they said, you're not too familiar about down here, but you know that spot on the Tallahatchie River? The spot that has a little bend in it, right there. They said there was a fisherman fishing and his hook got caught on something and he tried to pull it in, and when he pulled it up, his hook was attached to an old cotton gin, the fan. And there was a barbed wire laced around the person's neck. They said that the body was laid out like Jesus on the cross. They said that they think it's Bo. No. 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 That's not him. Y'all might as well keep dragging the swamps. Keep looking, because that's not my baby. My baby's alive. I know a mother knows. I could feel him. A mother knows these things about her child. Y'all keep looking. And they continued to search. And they said, let's just send the body just in case. And they said it would be in a luggage car at the train station. And I said, okay, yes, just send him, and I'll take a good look, and I'll determine if that's him or not. So here I wait. I could hear the train coming. All days, why does it have to be on time today? Well, they want me to identify the body, so that's what I'll do. Well, they took me to the luggage car. And they brought out a plain pine box. How can you put all the years of your baby's life in just a plain wooden pine box? all the love, all the promise, all the laughter, all the good times and the bad times, and the love, and the hope, and the future. How can you put all of that bow in a plain pine box? No! No, Lord help me, Lord, that's not my baby. That can't be him. Please, God. Well, they said, you'd like me to do what? Go to the funeral parlor? To identify the body? Okay. But I don't think that's my beau. No. A mother knows these things. My beau is still alive. I know. I can feel him. I can feel him so close to me. But I'll go. Y'all want me to go? Let me get my pocketbook and my shoes on and everything. Hold on, y'all. Go with it. Well, so I went. But when I got to the funeral parlor, there was nothing in the room but a steel metal gurney, I think you call them. And there was a body and there was a sheet over it. And you would like me to identify him now? Oh, okay. Okay, I think I'm wasting my time, but okay, I'll do it. And they began to unroll the sheet at his face. I said, wait. Could you start at the feet first, please? Please, could you start at the feet? Thank you. And they started to roll. And, you know, it'll be kind of hard to identify him from his feet. And I said, no, I don't think that's him. No, just, they got to his legs and the body had been badly bruised. And, well, they put a towel over him, and they rolled the sheet over his stomach. Now, Bo was a little chubby, but he wasn't that chubby. The river had swollen the body so much, and they kept on unrolling it, and I could see that the body had been bruised, severely bruised, and the hands were on the gurney like this, his arms stretched out, and his hands corrugated, and they got to the face, and oh Lord. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh my Lord. Who could have done this? What kind of person would do this to someone. His nose had the outline of what looked like may have been a monkey wrench or something. And oh, the face was badly bruised. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. That's not my baby. That's not Bo. Because my Bo was a beautiful child. When Bo smiled, the sun would rise and set. All in one motion. I mean, this can't be my Bo. No. Y'all keep looking. Keep on looking, because you made a gross mistake and drag the swamps. Do what you have to do, but find my baby. What I didn't know, that someone, maybe many people, had their hands on my son's body. But I didn't know if he had a hole here and his face was all bruised and all beat up. He wasn't my baby. You know what they said about him? They said he assassed a white woman. I didn't teach him how to do that. Leastwise, a white woman. I always told him to be very, very careful. But what I can say as a mother, y'all don't know this, but my baby Bo, why, he had a speech problem. He stuttered. And I always told him, Bo, baby, if you ever can't get the word out, just whistle, baby. Just whistle. And I believe to this day that woman asked him what his name was and he couldn't get it out, so he whistled. And she mistook that for being fresh and sassing him. That's what I believe. A mother knows her child. I said a mother knows her child. My Bo was a good boy. He was such a good boy. Y'all keep looking. Just keep looking. I feel so bad for the mother of this child. So bad. Only thing we could do is pray. Well, I believe that by the time I finished getting myself together, I believe that what is it? I think I may have pushed against the gurney. When I pushed against it, an arm fell out. And I looked on the finger. On the finger. Finger was my husband's ring. That was my is that they took me out of there. But before they took me, the undertaker asked me, as if I was in my right mind, what shall we do with the presentation? And as he said it, seeing everything had upset me so much, he began to close the lid on the coffin. But before he did it, you know that hole I told you was right here in the head? The sun came out, bright and beautiful and brilliant. And it shone a sunbeam on the pillow behind his head. And that sunbeam gave me nerves of steel. And when they tried to shut that coffin, I said, wait, do not cover my baby's head. Do not cover his head. I want all of Mississippi, all of America to see what it did to my baby. Do not cover my baby's face. I covered his face. Do not cover his face. And the next day, they took my baby's body, and 10,000 people came. And they looked.
Precious Lord, take my hand,
Some puked.
lead me on, let me stand.
Some
I
vomited.
am
But they kept
tired,
coming.
I am weak,
So many people came.
I
So
know
many people came
through the storm
that they had to put him
tonight.
in the funeral parlor.
Lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead
Nobody had touched
me
his body. Nobody touched him.
home
He looked 10 times worse.
in my way. Rose tree, precious Lord, linger near when my life is almost gone. Hear my cry, hear my call. Hold my hand, lest I fall. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead your child home.
I took action. Yes. It's a natural thing to hate. But I'm not a natural person. If If you have faith, you can love. For the rest of my life, I became an educator. But before that, I had to keep on praying to God. Because in the courtroom, where they determined that these men had, in fact, lynched my son, my baby, it was a hard thing. Two things. One thing, that hatred ignores you. My party was the only Black people there. And like I said, I knew who the people were. They didn't even have to have on their hoods. I knew it was the postman, the policeman, the teacher. It was people that would wave to me and tip their hats at me every day. People that knew my great-great uncle. That was afraid of that little boy. He was the sweetest child in the world. But they ignored me. It was in the high 90s that day. Nobody offered us but a drink of water. There was a break, and they were laughing, and the worst thing about it is that Milan, one of the men that confessed to killing him, and Bryant, his brother, Carolyn, Bryant's husband, who claimed that my baby had touched her hand and whistled at her. They had their children sitting on their laps and running and playing right in front of me. 2 children, 1, 2, 3, 4 nieces and nephews, and I couldn't have that one. I couldn't have that one child. And those children were just sitting on their laps and playing all day, running, and just for me to see it, it was a hard thing. We had said, if people tried to hurt us, I know we were on the 2nd floor, but, well, I wasn't as large as I am now, but the party said that the men would go out the window first, and then us 2 women, we would jump out and they would catch us. We had to make plans like that because they ignored us like we weren't even there. But yet, they were so aware of our presence. How do you see and not see us at the same time? That's how it was. Life magazine did an interview with them, and they also said again that they had done it. They confessed. They confessed. Isn't that enough? But the judge and the jury said not guilty. What do you do with that? I prayed. I prayed and I prayed. I prayed all night long. I prayed and I prayed until I found the Lord. I cried and I cried. I cried before the Lord. I cried and I cried. And the Lord said, Mamie, be still and know that I'm still on the throne. Know that I'm God, and I hear you. Well, there was even a witness, a Black witness, so he didn't count. He had to go to Chicago and change his name, get a police escort at that. It was awful. All I know is I had to do something. Salvation is mine. Deliverance is mine. And God protected me with that shield. So I became an educator. And I went all over Chicago. And we toured with Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. All my beautiful children. That's how I made my peace. Thank you.
Though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
We hold this truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
I have a dream that one day in the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood.
I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering of the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice.
I have a dream that little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, right there in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls as sisters and brothers.
I have a dream today.
This is our hope, and this is the faith that I will go back to the mountain. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discord of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we'll be free one day.
I say to you today, my friends, let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the hiding Alleghenies of Pennsylvania.
Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only there.
Let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside, let freedom ring.
When we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, we will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Oh, my children. Oh, you did a wonderful job today. Oh, my children, my children, my children. Listen, my children. If you should ever be stopped by the police, they are your friends generally, but put your hands on the steering wheel and be very, very polite. You must say to them, yes, sir, no, sir. I'm reaching in my pocket, sir, for my license. Is that okay, sir? And so you reach in your pocket and you put your hand right back on that steering wheel. Yes, sir. And you tell your parents, your mother especially, to also be polite. Yes, sir. No, sir. Children, you did an amazing job today. And I just have to call out some names. I step out of myself to step into myself. It is written, do not muzzle the ox that treads upon the corn. Amadou Diallo, Sean Bell, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, and all of the young men and women that have been brutalized, lynched since Mamie Till's only child, Bo, was murdered. God gave us all wings, and God loves all the little children. And I thank you, children, for all being a part of this program. You did such a beautiful job. Mamie Till would be so proud of you. And I know that your grandmothers and grandfathers, your mothers, your fathers, your uncles, your sisters and your brothers and your cousins, I know they are all proud of you as well.
Let's give her a hand, if we could, for a wonderful program. That's all, give her a hand. And now I would like to acknowledge our sponsors. For this program today, our sponsors were the Brunswick Arts Council, North Carolina Arts Council, the City of Southport, Southport Tourism, and the Southport Historical Society. I would also like to thank the following. I'd like to first start off by thanking God. And again, all of our sponsors. I'd like to thank them. Storyteller, Miss Carolyn Evans, gospel singer, Miss Gwen Waring, the children who participated in the I Have a Dream speech and their parents, Dr. Bob Surridge, Dr. Liz Fuller, my wife Teresa, who puts up with me every year during this time, and my brother Marcus, who helped me out quite a bit today. And last but not least, you, our viewing audience. Now, don't forget to come back tomorrow on the same Zoom link at 3 p.m. for our Saturday afternoon program. Our first program is called Willie Evelyn, Journey from the Tobacco Fields to the Halls of Academia. And then at 4:30, we will have a program called Battery B, 2nd Regiment, United States Colored Light Artillery Reenactors. Now, one thing about that, last week they had the dedication of the statue Boundless and it's at the Battle of the Forts. For those who know Chris Farmville Jr., he's the one that was spearheading a lot of that project. And there's a beautiful statue there that we should all see. And I had pictures in November when I was there, and I took some pictures last Saturday. And that will be happening on Saturday. Remember, it starts at 3 o'clock, and the last program starts at 4:30, and it'll be yours truly and some of the Battery B reenactors. Then on Sunday, February 27th, at 3 p.m., we will close this weekend with our famous Gospel Fest, hosted by Miss Gwen Waring, the lady who sang Precious Lord, So Beautiful. Again, I'd like to thank everyone, and I hope to see you tomorrow. God bless you, and may heaven smile on you, and good night.
Hi, Donnie. Thank you. Hello?
Carolyn?
Sorry, Carolyn, I muted myself.
I would say thank you.
And
No,
thank you,
you're
Carolyn.
welcome.
You're wonderful.
See you.
Thank you,
I
Donnie.
off my green screen so I could see you guys. It says something says continue, so I'm going to push. I should have pushed that button all along. I would have been able to see you guys. Only imagine.
That's quite all right. Like I said, it was truly a great program. Everybody did an excellent job. I have to thank the famous trio, and that's Liz, Carolyn, and Gwen, because if it wasn't for them, I'd have been lost on this one. So we thank you.
It came together nicely, didn't it?
Yes,
It did. Carolyn, I sorry I came in too early, didn't I? But you recovered really nicely.
Did you?
I don't know, but it looked great.
See, I put my alarm on, and it was like school time, but we had started late, so it was off. You know, I have to have a time to stop. So I would say, school time, school time.
Oh, Martha, thank you for telling me that there were 6 of you watching, because I am keeping track of the numbers for our sponsors. So thank you for letting me know that.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
And thank you for the program.
I sent a text. There were 6 of them.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Martha, there's actually 7. The cat was watching.
Oh, yeah.
And the cat.
I heard you because I put me off of mute. Now I gotta get back on mute again.
Dog could have watched.
Yes. Well, Carolyn, you were just absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. It was fun. Thank you. Thank you. Is that Miss Martha Johnson?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Johnson. I appreciate that.
We were all in tears.
Yeah, it's the mother's story, but when the children, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. They were fabulous. Oh my gosh. That was it was so moving to have them. It was,
and we needed that bright spot of hope.
Yes.
It was unrelenting. Gwen's song, and I mean you're singing too, and then the children. We needed those breaks.
Yes,
you know?
hope. Their voices were so beautiful, and I'm hoping that the parents will be encouraged to, the next time someone comes to them and say, I want them to do something, and the children, they'll say, yeah, I could do it. I did this before. I could do this now. Yeah, I don't mind. In this season of COVID and everything, it was healthy. I feel it was emotionally healthy to get the children out like that. I really, really, really think that was wonderful for them. I truly do. They participated with life and living by speaking. That's what I feel. And Donnie, for you corralled them. You did excellent by getting that's a feat. Am I right?
Well, what happened there, I used a theory that a friend of mine did. You know, I used the reverse. If you get the kids, the parents will come So I sort of inquired through the parents, and my brother Marcus, he helped, and then some of my church members, they helped Alexis and Wanda with their grandkids, and then Gwen came in, and it was sort of like the only thing I had to do was decide which kid would go first, who would go last, and the one on the first and the one on the last. I'm not saying that they're my favorites, but I knew both of them, and it was a joy doing it. The parents, I think, were more nervous than the kids, and that is a good thing when parents are wanting to be in their children's life and wanting them to strive to do well. That goes a long ways, because when I was growing up, trust me, Easter time, if you didn't know your Easter speech, you had a little trouble sitting down right.
Well, it was one. This was just a fabulous program. If your blood pressure go up, if you didn't have tears in your eyes, if your heart was racing from your performance, Miss Evans, then you don't have a pulse. Believe me, it was just, I will never forget it. And I hope everyone will watch this at some point. So thank you. Thank you on the behalf of this.
So much. It's so
From
nice to see you. You know
Amen.
what? Sometimes the mayor will start in at the beginning and kind of ease out to another show or something, you know, but you stay through the whole thing, Mayor Joe. So I really appreciate your participation. It meant a lot too. They kind of ease out.
Thank you. It was beautiful. So thank you all. I look forward to tomorrow.
Oh, I look forward to tomorrow too. Oh boy, we're just.
Excuse me, is that Marvin? Marvin, are you on?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, Marvin is one of the Battery B Civil War reenactors, and he'll be on tomorrow. I have him on video tape, and Marvin, it's always good to see you. I've been looking for those pictures, man, from the event that happened here in Southport in 1998. I've contacted the University of North Carolina, and they're looking, but I will find them. But I want to say that Marvin is one of, in the front, one of them on the statue that they call Boundless. He's right there. There's Marvin, James White, and Joseph White. They're on the very front row. And the thing I like about this is Battery B has been participating in every one of our live shows that we had from the beginning back in 2013 on Forward. And I really appreciate that. You guys it's a blessing. I enjoy what you do, telling the story. And Carolyn, I've got a little clip on Carolyn tomorrow because I had taped her while she was giving part of her speech out on the Forks Road Battleground. And it's such a pleasure to see you here, Marvin. Thank you so much.
Marvin, I was thinking about you today because you were out there in that cold that day. And they have this little sleeping bag, and it's a little portable orange thing I saw, but it has aluminum foil inside. Have you seen that advertisement on TV? And it's about that small, and it unrolls to a whole big old sleeping bag. And I said, you need to, if you're gonna be outside, put that on and put the army blanket on over you. No one will know it's orange underneath and that you're warm. God bless you. Thank you, Marvin. Every time I see you, you're a trooper.
Well, you guys did a wonderful job. Carolyn, it was wonderful. Gwen, that was so beautiful. And it just was such a, it was perfect. It was just really, really good. I can't wait for you guys to see the recording. So
Thank you.
It was wonderful.
She had me, Gwen, you had me cry, and you look very, very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
Look sharp. But you had me crying. It was like, oh boy, here it comes. Here it comes. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Just thank you. Wow.
Gwen, Tish said she recognized that voice from the other side of the room. It was so beautiful.
Thank you. I'll be talking to her.
Dave.
Hillary brought it to my eyes.
Yeah, she's over there weeping. Beautiful.
All right. So tomorrow at 3 o'clock, Donnie?
Yes, ma'am. I'll be ready. It's going to be a hard program to follow. I'm always nervous because usually when I'm doing it, I'm in the middle of Carolyn's performance and Gwen's Gospel Fest. So it's sort of like, oh my goodness. So I'm going to try to hold my own a little bit, but that was a beautiful performance tonight. And it came together. And what a lot of people may not have known is all this was formulated. I think we met on Wednesday, right? For Wednesday or one day, I keep forgetting. They rolled together and we talked it out. I had one idea about it and the three ladies had another idea. And so I went with the best idea and it worked out.
Thank you. If I could hug the children, I would hug every child that participated. They meant so much to this performance. So much to this performance.
I'm proud of all of them.
History. Yeah.
All of them. And my relatives, I'm definitely was proud of them. Most of them on there were actually relatives of mine. My nephew was on there. And I think they all did a great job.
They did.
I'm telling you, after COVID, and it's going to be after COVID, I cannot wait to be able to participate as an audience member on Saturday and Sunday again in Southport. I cannot wait. It was, to me, I call it the show. It doesn't start until the Civil War guys get up and they start speaking and teaching, and until Sunday comes and people start singing and praising, because that's what it's about. God, that's what it's about. We're people of God. And we are people of love. And if people could see that, how y'all bring the community together, if people could see that, if you have faith, Mamie Till said, you can love.
Yes, well,
amen.
I'm so grateful to the city of Southport. This is the third administration that we've been under. And they have all stepped up. City, the tourism, the Southport Historical Society, and it takes a team of individuals to get something right. We started out, we were riding a bicycle, and then as we moved along, they gave us a car, and now we're about to step on a super train. So
woo! Yes.
I thank the city, the mayor of Battery B, who has been with us, as I said, for everyone. We had Marvin and gang. I got hundreds of pictures of them. And it's, in fact, that's how we found you, was through the guys from Battery B.
They invited me down from New York City long time ago.
Yeah, and the first time we go live, Liz, we need to get Marvin down and have these guys put on a program for us, because they are phenomenal what they do and the story they tell. Because I didn't realize at the Battle of the Forks Road, I believe that's John Jackson is Colonel Willie Gore's great grandfather. I think that's him, because I found a deal about a pension going to Melissa Jackson. So, and then Caesar Evans, the young lady who did the story on her great grandfather, Caesar Evans, he was at that battle, and that was Mrs. Dolly Evans' father-in-law. And there was Henry Joyner, which I don't know if that's my great grandfather or not, because his name was Henry Joyner also, and Abram Blunt from Mount Carmel AME Church. I know he was there because Chris Farmville named them all. And it's just, I don't know what to say. Just thank all of you.
Well, hopefully next year we can do it in person, and we'll get Carolyn down here to portray Anna Clemens, and we'll get the Chris Fonville, and we'll do the Battle of Forks and talk about all the people from Southport. It could be really, really good. So we all have to stay healthy, get our vaccines and our boosters, and hopefully we can all get together next year.
Amen. And if we do, I might even try an Irish jig. No, I won't do that. Forget that. Forget I said that. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to step out here. And my daughter sent me a message. At this time, it wasn't what am I eating? So
She was on. I saw she was watching. That's great.
yeah, Liz knows that inside joke.
She keeps an eye on him.
Yes, yes. You have to keep an eye on old people because you never can tell.